everyone, welcome to CICA ESG Talks, the podcast where we explore the ever-evolving landscape of environmental, social and governance issues. I'm Sharinya and I'm joined by my co-host Ayuni. We are thrilled to have you join us on this journey.
Absolutely, but first, let me tell you a bit about who we are and why we are passionate about ESG. At the Chartered Institute of Compliance and Accreditation, we are committed to shedding light on the intersection of business and sustainability. And what better way to do than through candid conversations about ESG?
That's right, Ayuni. If you're tuning in, chances are you're just as curious as we are about ESG's role in shaping our world, especially here in Malaysia. From investors to entrepreneurs, policymakers to concerned citizens, we are all stakeholders in this conversation.
And that's precisely why we are here, to dive deep into the complexities of ESG, to challenge assumptions and to discover new insights together. This isn't just about providing answers, it's about asking the right questions.
So whether you're a seasoned expert or completely new to the world of ESG, this podcast is for you. We are here to unpack the fine points, explore diverse perspectives, and maybe even spark a few debates along the way.
And speaking of perspective, we want to hear from you, our listeners. What topics do you want us to cover? What questions do you have about ESG and its impact in Malaysia? This podcast is as much yours as it is ours, so don't hesitate to reach out and join the conversation.
Absolutely. Together, let's navigate the complexities, challenge the status quo, and uncover the potential for positive change. Thank you for tuning in, and let's make this journey one to remember. Welcome back to CICA ESG Talks. To kick things off, let's start with a basic understanding of ESG. What exactly does environmental, social and governance mean? And why is it becoming so crucial in today's business landscape?
Great question, Sharinya. ESG stands for Environmental, Social and Governance, and these criteria are a set of standards for a company's operations that socially conscious investors use to screen potential investments. First, we have environmental criteria, consider how a company performs as a steward of nature. Then, social criteria examine how it manages relationships with employees, suppliers, customers, and the communities where it operates. Last, we have governance that deals with a company's leadership, executive pay, audits, internal controls, and shareholder rights.
Absolutely, ESG issues are becoming more prominent as stakeholders demand greater transparency and responsibility from companies. Investors are increasingly looking at ESG factors to identify risks and grow opportunities. For example, companies in Malaysia that ignore environmental regulations may face legal fines or damage to their reputation. In terms of environmental concerns in Malaysia, for instance, the palm oil industry is a significant sector that has faced scrutiny over deforestation and environmental degradation. Companies like Dabi Plantation and IOI Corporation have been under pressure to adopt sustainable practices and obtain certifications like Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil (RSPO). Ignoring these concerns could lead to export bans, loss of international customers, and reputational damage. In terms of social factors, the electronics manufacturing sector in Malaysia, which includes major players like Flex and Intel, must ensure fair labour practices and workers' rights. Allegation of poor working conditions or unfair treatment can lead to protests, boycotts, and loss of key clients who prioritize social responsibility in their supply chains. In terms of governance issue, corporate governance scandals such as those involving ONMDB have shown the potential consequences of poor governance. Companies must prioritize transparency, ethical practices, and strong board oversight to avoid legal repercussions and maintain investor trust. Ensuring good governance practices helps in attracting both local as well as foreign investment. These examples highlight how adhering to ESG principles can mitigate risk and enhance opportunities for growth in the Malaysian market.
Yes, and it's not just about avoiding risks. Companies that excel in ESG can create significant value because strong governance practices are a key driver of this value creation. For instance, Maybank is a leading Malaysian bank with a well-regarded corporate governance framework. This is known for making sound long-term decisions. This translates to better financial performance and greater resilience during economic shocks. In addition to strong governance, a focus on environmental and social responsibility further enhance a company's long-term prospects.
Now, let's focus on ESG in Malaysia. How are Malaysian companies and regulators responding to the growing importance of ESG?
Alright, Malaysia has been making significant strides in ESG. The government has introduced various initiatives to promote sustainability, such as the Malaysian Code on Corporate Governance, which includes provisions on sustainability. Additionally, the Securities Commission Malaysia has been encouraging publicly listed companies to disclose their ESG practices. For example, Maybank has received notable recognition not just for its innovative practices but also for its significant strides in sustainable financing and transparent initiatives aimed at fostering a more sustainable future. The bank offers affordable and accessible insurance options to lower-income individuals, provide financial inclusion solutions to vulnerable communities and small businesses, and conducts financial literacy programs through its Maybank Foundation.
Indeed, Ayuni. Did you know there's actually many Malaysian companies who are starting to see the benefits? For example, we've seen banks integrating ESG criteria into their lending decisions and companies in various other sectors adopting more sustainable practices to attract both investors as well as consumers.
Yeah, there's also growing public awareness and demand for sustainable products and services. Consumers are becoming more conscious of the environmental and social impact of their purchases, which in turn pressures companies to adopt better ESG practices.
Let's transition to discussing practical tips for companies seeking to integrate ESG practices with a focus on how internal controls and audit play a vital role. What initial steps can businesses take in this direction?
Certainly, one fundamental step is to conduct a thorough materiality assessment aligning with CICA standards to pinpoint the ESG issues more pertinent to the organization's operations. Engaging with stakeholders ensures a comprehensive understanding of their expectations and concerns.
Absolutely, Ayuni. Following this, establishing measurable ESG goals becomes imperative. These objectives, in line with internal control principles, should be quantifiable and linked to key performance indicators. This facilitates not only progress tracking but also ensures transparency and accountability.
Exactly. Moreover, robust reporting mechanisms are essential. Regular and transparent reporting on ESG initiatives audited against internal control standards reinforce credibility and foster stakeholder trust. It also provides a basis for internal evaluations and continuous improvement efforts.
That is so true. In terms of technology, technology can be a game changer here. Utilizing advanced tools for monitoring and reporting ESG metrics integrated with internal control system would enhance efficiency and accuracy in data collection and analysis as well.
Precisely, Sharinya, but let's not overlook the importance of cultivating a sustainable culture within the organization. This entails not only educating employees about ESG principles, but also empowering them to actively engage in internal control processes and sustainability initiatives.
Remember, embracing ESG isn't a one-time effort, Ayuni. It's an ongoing journey. By prioritizing internal controls and audits within this journey, organizations can ensure they are not only meeting ESG standards but also fostering a culture of accountability and transparency. Let's talk about some emerging trends in the world of ESG. What are some developments that are shaping the landscape?
Alright, one emerging trend is the rise of impact investing. Investors are increasingly seeking opportunities that generate both financial returns and positive social or environmental impact. This shift is driving companies to align their strategies with sustainable development goals.
That's so fascinating, Ayuni. Another trend we are seeing in the integration of ESG is ESG considerations into supply chain management. Companies are realizing the importance of responsible sourcing and are really working to ensure ethical practices throughout their supply chains.
Exactly, and there's also a growing focus on diversity and inclusion within the organizations. Companies are recognizing the benefits of having diverse teams and are taking steps to promote equity and inclusivity in the workplace.
These trends highlight the evolving nature of ESG and the need for companies to adapt and stay ahead of the curve. It's an exciting time for sustainable business practices. Don't you agree, Ayuni?
I agree with you, Sharinya, and as these trends continue to evolve, it's crucial for companies to stay informed and proactive in their ESG efforts. By embracing these trends, organizations can not only mitigate risks, but also seize opportunities for innovation and growth.
That's right, Ayuni. Remember, you can always reach out to us with more questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Let's keep this conversation going and continue to drive positive change together.
Absolutely. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and let's work towards a more sustainable future. We love to hear from you. What ESG topics are you most interested in? Send us your questions and suggestions on the comment section below.
Thanks for tuning in to CICA ESG Talks. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and spread the word about our podcast. Catch you on the next episode.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time.